We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, man. It's still early for a brother. Y'all already know I'm getting used to doing these earlier shows with you guys. But what's going on, man? Thank y'all so much for pulling up, giving me a moment of your time. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you and your family enjoyed your Easter, your resurrection weekend. I know I did. And hopefully you actually celebrated it for what it was really about. And I mean, I hope the kids get out there and enjoy the Easter egg hunts and y'all dressing up in y'all spring colors as a family and going to church and giving God all the praise. I miss those days. I was talking to my kids yesterday on the phone, and it just didn't feel the same, man. It just didn't feel the same. A lot of you don't know, but I probably spent like 19 years in church ministry. Yeah, about 19 years in church ministry. My father-in-law, my wife's dad, he's had his own church for like 33 years or something like that. He's been, the senior pastor and owner of his church for a long time now. And when my wife and we started growing our family, he made sure he got us into church. He made sure that I was very active myself because, if the head is active in the church and putting God first, then the plan is that it would trickle down to the rest of the family. And that's exactly what happened. And we was going to Bible study on Wednesday nights, men's Bible study on Monday nights. And if on the Mondays that we didn't have men's Bible study, we had men's male chorus practices. And then on Friday nights, we were in church. Sunday nights we were in church. I mean, Sundays during the day we were in church, probably like 2 services. And then after church, I was serving in the kitchen on the kitchen committee, director of the mass choir, president of the male chorus. I played drums, the drum set when Tony was out. I played the keyboard when Keenan was out. And I usually played the congos because I was a much better congo player than I was a keyboard player or a drum set player. But I was mostly a singer and a worship leader. And I missed that whole thing. Like when Easter just now passed, man, yes, I celebrated it, in the way that I celebrate. But I was used to the whole, get up with your family, put on something fresh, spring colors, taking pictures, go to church, have a nice service. That's usually when most of the people come back to church because they skip church throughout the year. When Easter come, they come back with their whole families, and then we'll go and have an amazing family dinner at the pastor's house where all of our aunts and uncles were there, everybody coming from their different churches because everybody was in church in that family. And I just missed those times, man. But I did make sure that I talked to my children. I called them, had good conversations with them. Gravy, my youngest daughter, who's in college right now, finishing up her 2nd year, she decided to go to church with her roommate. They went to church and they saw JoJo's girlfriend and his family at church as well. When they went, JoJo was studying for projects and trying to finish up some things because he graduates with his master's degree in engineering on May 10th. So he's in that final push to finish up some things. So I don't know, man. Easter just didn't feel the same this year for me, man. It really didn't. But I did give God all praises because Lord, Lord, Lord. When I think about the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. Thank you, Lord, for saving me. The Lord died for our sins, and then he rose 3 days later, and it was a remarkable feat. But of course, a lot of people who don't believe in this just look at it as a fairy tale. But when I look over my life and I think about all the things that God has gotten me through, is it's not a fairy tale. This right here is the real deal, man. But I never get into a position where I try to encourage anybody that God has been real to me. Hebrews 11:1 is all I need, because I have faith in God. I have faith the size of a mustard seed. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You don't need any evidence as long as you understand where you are with God. Done with all of that. Just hoping that you guys are in good spirits and that you've taken a moment to give God some type of praise just for his grace and for his mercy. You know what I mean? Lord, thank you for waking me up this morning. Thank you for covering me and my family with a roof over our heads as we rested. Thank you for protecting us from seen and unseen dangers, because we know that there are people whose homes were being burglarized, people who were being, on the wrong end of crimes being committed, and we can't do anything about that. Only thing we can do is continue to move with faith and understand that God will protect us. Waking up in the middle of the night and hearing my wife breathing while she's sleeping, those type of things mean a lot to me. Like, I don't know if that means a lot to y'all, but those type of things, I find myself doing that often, more and more often, man. But that's just how I am. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, man. I am excited. I'm excited. Did y'all see Trump message for Easter? I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. Let me show y'all something right quick. I gotta show y'all this. I thought it was absolutely dope. All right, so we got a couple of things that we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to throw in a couple of stories as well. But a couple of stories that we're going to talk about is how Pete Hegseth effed up again on Signal, man. What's going on with Pete? What's going on with Pete, man, with Signal? Bruh, relax. Somebody take that man's phone. Also, JD Vance met with Pope Francis a day before his passing. RIP to Pope Francis. We also have, President Trump. He put out a nice message for Pope Francis passing as well. But JD Vance did make sure that he was able to meet with them. JD Vance also begins his 4-day India visit, and a trade deal is on the table at meeting with Prime Minister Modi. So we're going to talk about that as well, just briefly. Also, WEF founder Klaus Schwab steps down as chairman. We're going to wrap on that as well, just for a moment. As you can see on the thumbnail, we're talking about the New Mexico judge who steps down after gang arrest at his home. Bruh, this N-word, I'm not going to call him no names, but this brother was at his house having cookouts with gang members from one of the most murderous gangs in the world, in world history, taking little pictures with his shooting the deuce. Like, he was real happy, holding a beer in one hand, got a Corona in one hand, and chucking the deuce. Like, yeah, I'm with the gang members. Look at me, I'm cool. This dude, man, I swear, these people are something. Also, we're going to talk about how SCOTUS halts Venezuelan deportations under Alien Enemies Act. Yeah. So make sure y'all go ahead and hit that like button, man. But to start this thing off, I got a special trip that I want to take us down because I thought this was absolutely hilarious. And this is when Trump was running for president and they were interviewing all of these Democrats. This was back in 2016. They was interviewing all of these Democrats. And the reason why I'm playing this is because of Easter. This is because of Easter. See, people think that they're on the right side of history. People think that they speak for everybody. They were speaking so, like, confidently back in 2016 that Trump will never be president. He will never be president. Everybody was doing it. Well, guess what? The joke's on you. Just in case you just want to smile, I'm about to bless you with something so you can smile with. Make sure you hit that like button, gang. This right here really put joy in my heart. I believe it's going to do the same for you. Hit the like button, gang.
He's not going to be president. He is not, Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank. Okay. I guarantee it.
All right.
I think if he becomes the president here, make it great, because the States is already great.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
On that note, Tom,
take it from me. How about that?
Cheers, Tom.
And then, of course, there's Donald Trump. Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump, just last week, he confirmed to the National Review that he is again considering a run in 2016.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
So when you stand and deliver that State of the Union address, in no part of your mind or brain can you imagine Donald Trump standing up one day and delivering a State of the Union address?
Well, I can imagine it in a Saturday night skit. I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
He will never be president of the United States.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on. Sorry to laugh.
Okay, here we are. And which Republican candidate has the best chance of winning the general election?
Of the declared ones right now, Donald Trump.
And so right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy. All, let's say, cow poo-poo aside, there is zero chance we'll be seeing you being sworn in on the Capitol steps with your hand on a giant golden Bible.
I'll make a prediction, though, for you. And I don't really get into predictions much, but this one I'll go way out on a limb. Donald Trump will never, ever be president of the United States. That Trump should not be in this race. He's an absurdity. He is a travesty.
Donald Trump will never be elected president of the United States.
Donald Trump is a here today, gone tomorrow candidate for president of the United States. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Ever respectful of the fact that the people have not voted, he's not going to be president of the United States.
Let's be clear. Donald Trump will lose the election.
I mean, he had a really good chance to be different and really have a chance to change things, but he doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
We talk about him every day, and we continuously bash him.
Van, your mic's muted.
To be different and really have a chance to change things, but he doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
We talk about him every day, and we continuously bash him. He's not going to be the president. Don't worry.
I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. My bad, guys. I got these buttons on this Rodecaster Pro, right? And if you're a content creator, try not to do what I do. Sometimes I mess up while I'm on my live streams. If you're out there and you're a content creator and you're seeing how I do things, sometimes do things a little better than Van, okay? Be better than me. It's like when we're raising our kids. All right. I get it from watching you. All right. Well, you got to be better than me, son. Don't do what I do. Do as I say. All right. So all I was saying was Trump is not lazy. Mark Cuban, wrong. The only person I've ever seen more active than Trump as a president is probably Barack Obama. And that's because Barack Obama know how to play basketball. I've never seen Trump hoop before. Trump don't know how to play basketball. He looked like he might have a mean sky hook. Trump does look like he has a mean sky hook. But other than that, I've seen him play golf. I've seen him play golf and close deals at the same time with other countries. This dude is a beast. I've seen him do it. I had to get my Stephen A voice. Okay, let's get back to it. I just had to fact check these folks for a minute.
Things, but he doesn't do the work. He's lazy.
We talk about him every day, and we continuously bash him. He's not going to be the president. Don't worry about it. Exactly.
And we're coming to a point where if you're Hillary Clinton, you're honestly probably starting to think about not just whether you will win, but how big your win will be. And then you say that Donald Trump has the best day in the entire world, completely outperforms expectations, and he wins all of the...
How in the hell is her neck so long, bro? This is like alien long. She got an alien long neck. Her neck looked like a straw. Like it looked like one of them paper straws that Starbucks sell. Like she got a paper straw neck. And then they made her jacket to elongate her neck. Why would you want to elongate an already elongated neck? Please make that make sense. I'm not a fashion forward type person. Obviously, I'm sitting up here with a lock sock on. This is not a do-rag, and this is not a bonnet. If you hear somebody in the comments section in the chat say I got on a bonnet, I want you to virtually choke them. Like Homer Simpson used to do Bart. If you see somebody say I got on the bonnet, choke them, okay? Virtually. Don't physically, but shut up. Choke them. Because Van got on a lock sock. Dreadlock sock, man. Okay? You bumbleclad.
Toss-up states. He wins all 5 of those states, plus that electoral college vote in Maine that he's after. If he wins all of the toss-ups, which would be insane because nobody wins all of the toss-up states, even if Donald Trump did win all of the toss-up states, he would still lose.
To be a wake-up call to the Republican Party. Despite Boris thinking that Donald Trump could win New York, like this, the presidential race is over.
Could I just cut through? I have one thing to say, one thing only. And that is that this race is over. Tomorrow morning, the money will dry up. The Republicans will start to hide. Trump has no place to go. This race, effectively, as of tonight, is no longer a presidential race. Everything I know about presidential politics, and I've been through 5 of them, I've never seen one like this. This race is over. You might as well accept it. And the question now is, how do you minimize damage?
Okay, guys, let me tell y'all something. Now, I do realize I'm not the most healthy person in the world. I really am not. I'm pretty healthy. But please do me a favor. Do not get to the point of this gentleman right here where you're struggling to breathe while you're having a conversation about something like politics. This dude is so unhealthy that he is very uncomfortable sitting there on that panel talking about Trump running for president because he's so unhealthy. I get it. Sometimes we just don't work out. You know what I mean? Sometimes we eat a little bit more than what we planned. But getting to this point right here, this is unhealthy, bro. Like he sounds like he's about to choke off his own spit and die. He sounds like, look, if you don't know the Heimlich maneuver, don't even be around that brother. As a matter of fact, did you know that you're not supposed to be trained for the Heimlich maneuver if you're not willing to use it anywhere and everywhere, because you are, you have to use it. Like if somebody is dying around you and you're certified for the Heimlich maneuver or just saving people's lives, you got to do it. This dude sounds like he's about to die just talking about Trump's money running out and the Republicans crying. I'm going to play this back for y'all again, just so y'all can hear it, man. He sounds like Boss Hogg. I don't know if y'all ever watched Dukes of Hazzard before, but he sounds just like Boss Hogg, man. I don't know this guy's name, but I'm just letting y'all know this right now. This Jesus' resurrection should remind you of the resurrection of your health, of your wealth. Get your life together. Get your life in order. God did not bless you so you can be gluttonous and take advantage of that temple that he has placed our spirit inside. You got to take advantage of that. You got to take care of that. You got to take care of your daggone temple, guys. This dude don't sound healthy at all. Listen to him. He sound like he's about to choke and die off his spit. Okay.
Like this, the presidential race is over.
Just could I just cut through? I have one thing to say, one thing only. And that is that this race is over. Tomorrow morning, the money will dry up. The Republicans will start to hide. Trump has no place to go. This race, effectively, as of tonight, is no longer a presidential race. Everything I know about presidential politics, and I've been through 5 of them, I've never seen one like this. This race is over. You might as well accept it. And the question now is, how do you minimize damage?
He sounds like Chris Farley. That's what he sounds like. Chris Farley, you know Chris Farley, Van by the River from Saturday Night Live, passed away. Really good actor, funny as hell. Jolly fellow. He was jolly, like the way that his body was built. Like he was jolly, like, and he used to do all of these stunts. And he used to talk about the van by the river. As a matter of fact, people thought it was funny back in the day to say my name by the river, you know, because of Chris Farley. But that's what he reminds me of. He's just not funny. He just sounds unhealthy. You shouldn't sound unhealthy. That's when you know you're doing too much. Dial it back if you sound unhealthy. If you, you know, like Baby D when she was chasing Day Day on Friday, and then he threw that cookie at her. He slid a daggone oatmeal cream cookie, cream pie across the daggone windshield so she could stop chasing him because he knew that that's all she wanted anyway was a snack. That's what he sounds like. He sound unhealthy, like he want a snack. If you sound like you want a snack, then maybe you need less snacks. Okay, let me. Oh, right.
And the only way you can do that, it seems to me, is to try to grab hold of some old conservative value things and do what Mondale did in '84, which is try to save a few people down ballot. But as far as Donald Trump's concerned, it will never, ever, ever happen.
Fat guy in little coat. 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 Hey, Queen B, you are my favorite this morning. I'm so glad that you daggone dropped that on me. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you, like, when he did that, like, what was that on Black Sheep? Was that on the movie Black Sheep? Queen B, you have blessed my spirit with that. I promise you. I used to walk inside of class. I used to walk in class and just start singing that for no reason. I got in trouble a couple of times for singing Fat Guy in Little Coat. Here I am, skinny and black, walking up into my class filled with nothing but black kids, and I'm singing Fat Guy in Little Coat while everybody's taking a daggone test. Of course I'm gonna get in trouble, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. Queen B, you have blessed my spirit with that memory. Thank you so much, man. Let me tell you something. It's little stuff like that. It's the little things that count, guys. It's the little things. Fat guy in little coat. Fat guy in little coat. Okay. All right, I'm done with that.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump. At least I will go down as a president.
Boom. Mic drop. Mic drop. Mic drop. At least I will go down as a president. Mic to the drop. That's what I'm talking about. And at the time of him saying this, everybody was just head over heels because they did not know that he would win. Not only once, not only twice, but 3 times. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Because don't get me started on 2020. Say what? Don't get me started on 2020. Huh? Don't think that 2016 and 2024 was the only times he won. But I don't want to get in trouble on this platform, so I'm not even going to go there. Because anybody that's saying anything that comes off as conspiracy theory on YouTube or most other platforms other than X, then we get shut down for misinformation. But we know for damn sure that Joe Biden did not get 81 million votes. Chat, let's keep it a buck. Okay, this is just between us. How many of you guys really believe that Joe Biden got 81 million votes in 2020? Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. Really? I think the most votes that Barack Obama got was like 69 million when he ran. And then the following time that he ran, I believe he got like 67 or something like that, 67 million. Joe Biden got 81 in the same race that I believe Trump got like 77. Where all these extra votes come from? Trump got 77 when they tried to cheat him. And they gave Biden 81 to topple him. Listen, feel free to fact check me. I am a novice when it comes to this stuff. These numbers could potentially be a little off. Maybe they didn't say that Biden got 81 million votes, but come on. Come on, guys. Really? You believe that? If one of you guys believe that that Biden got 81 million votes, listen, I want to pray for you right now. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray your strength in Jesus, because you are lost in the sauce. You are a lost human being. You need prayer if you believe that Biden got 81 million votes. You need prayer. You need all the prayer in the damn world. If you believe that in 2020, Biden got 81 million got daggone votes. Trump won 2016, 2020, and 2024. That's all I'm going to say. Mic drop that. Mic drop that. Speaking of President Barack Obama, shout out to the gentleman who's super cool and know how to dap up. He know how to throw that dap in. You know what I mean? The brother knew how to sing Marvin Gaye. You know what I mean? He knows how to sing Marvin Gaye very well. Shout out to the Marvin Gaye singer. And he know how to shoot threes like Steph. So if y'all going to hate on anything, hate on that. Hate on the fact that Trump don't know how to shoot no threes. Yeah, and I voted for Obama. I voted for Obama twice. I actually changed my voter registration from Democrat to Republican after Obama's first term, for his first 4 years. Okay, I want to show y'all this. This is absolutely hilarious. So this is from the Shade Room. Don't know if y'all know who the Shade Room are. It's pretty much a gossip. It's a black gossip site. Black gossip site. Why is that important? Because they show the differences of the Obama's Easter message and Trump's Easter message. And what people were saying in the comment sections was they was pissed at Trump. They was pissed at him. So here's what happens, right? So we're going to skip this one right here, but this is what President Barack Obama said. Barack Obama was like, to everyone celebrating today, Michelle and I wish you a blessed and happy Easter. And to all the kids setting off on an Easter egg hunt, good luck. We are rooting for you. That was Barack Obama's message, him and Michelle. But Trump, Trump went a different route. I'm about to show y'all exactly what Trump said, man. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. I got to show it to y'all. I thought this was hilarious, man. Hold on one second. Where is it? Fat guy in little coat. Fat guy in little coat. I'm so mad at you this morning, B. Why you do that? Hey, and Tijuana, thank you so much for the super chat. Queen B got me singing Fat Guy in Little Coat.
Most heartfelt Easter message I've ever heard in my life.
Donald Trump uploaded this Easter message this morning on Truth Social, in which it says, "Happy Easter to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, the mentally insane, and well-known MS-13 gang members and wife beaters back into our country. Happy Easter to the weak and ineffective judges and law enforcement officials who are allowing this sinister attack on our nation to continue, an attack so violent that it would never be forgotten. Maybe Joe Biden purposefully allowed millions of criminals to enter our country, totally unvetted and unchecked, through an open borders policy that will go down in history as the single most clatterous act ever perpetrated upon America. He was by far our worst and most incompetent president, a man who absolutely had no idea what he was doing, but to him and to the person that ran and manipulated the auto pen, perhaps our real president, and to all of the people who cheated in the 2020 presidential election in order to get this highly destructive moron elected, I wish you, with great love, sincerity, and affection, a very happy Easter."
I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was petty. I'm let y'all know this right now. Trump, he could have skipped Easter on that. He didn't have to put that entire message out there. Come on, keep it a buck. Did he have to say something about the radical left-leaning lunatics on Easter morning, the day of Jesus's resurrection? Come on, Trump. Now, he did put out a much nicer message. Let me show y'all this right here. He put out a much nicer message that I came across when I was actually searching. I was trying to see if he put out something that I was like, come on, bro, that couldn't have been the only thing that you put out.
We saw God's bound.
But he actually did put out a nicer message. I found it. I want to show it to you guys because I thought that the other message was, I'm not going to say it was pointless. It had, I understand why he put it out there. I just don't understand why he put it out on Easter. Because with him being the president, these are moments where Christians like myself want to see that human side of him, that humility side of him, that God's love side of him. That's what I want to see. But when I see him saying nothing but facts, it was nothing but facts that he said on that. Like, that's the one thing that takes away from the petty, the fact that most of what he said was absolutely the truth. But it was on Easter, bro. Easter? So, but this was actually his message that he was giving to the people, you know, in his presidential delivery. All right.
On Easter Sunday, we celebrate his glorious resurrection and proclaim, as Christians have done for nearly 2,000 years, he is risen. Through the pain and sacrifice of Jesus on the cross, we saw God's boundless love and devotion to all humanity. And in that moment of his resurrection, history was forever changed with the promise of everlasting life. As we approach this joyous Easter Sunday, I want to wish Christians everywhere a happy and beautiful and blessed holiday. America is a nation of believers. We need God. We want God. And with his help, we will make our nation stronger, safer, greater, and more prosperous, and much more united than ever before. Thank you to everyone, and have a really happy Easter. On Easter Sunday, we celebrate.
And that's what we want. That's what we want. President Trump. That's what we need as a family. You know what I mean? That's what we want. I believe that's what the entirety of America need, bro. This right here, though, I don't know. Happy Easter to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, and dangerous prisoners, the mentally insane and well-known MS-13 gang members and with wife beaters back into our country, which is absolutely the truth. Because when Senator Chris Van Hollen went over to El Salvador to bring back, what's the brother name? Garcia, he is a wife beater. He literally beat his wife and shook his baby. He's a baby shaking wife beater. And he's from MS-13. But then he goes on and says, Happy Easter also to the weak and ineffective judges and law enforcement officials who are allowing this sinister attack on our nation to continue. An attack so violent that it will never be forgotten. Then he goes in on sleepy Joe Biden. Come on, man. Early in the morning on Easter, I don't approve this message. I'm sorry. I know y'all do. I know MAGA is forever ready to fight. MAGA, like, man, I don't care if it's Easter, Christmas. I don't care if it's my children's bar mitzvah. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get it in. I'm mad at these Democrats. The Democrats can kiss my black butt. Like, y'all are always ready to go, man. But this was Easter. This was Easter. Let me tap into your heart. Let me tap into your heart. You know what I mean? That pounding feeling thing that's beneath your chest meat. Let me tap into that. Early in the morning, you don't want to see this from the president, in my opinion. Talking about the ex-president, sleepy Joe Biden purposefully allowed millions of criminals to our country, totally unvetted and unchecked, through an open borders policy that will go down in history as the single most calamitous act ever perpetrated upon America. He was by far our worst and most incompetent president. This is on Easter, bro. Sometimes, man, y'all gotta look. Van. Trump. Somebody call him up, man. Somebody call him up and say something nice to the brother, man. Like, Melania, where are you? Where are you if your man is waking up at 7:46 in the morning and fussing about people like an old grumpy man? Bro, you are the president. You won. You are kicking ass right now. Enjoy that. You ain't gotta send out no daggone wild messages on Truth Social at 7:46 in the morning about Sleepy Joe and how incompetent and how lazy and how bad of a president he was. I mean, I get it. And like I said before, all this stuff is true, but what's the point? What's the point? This is Easter, bro. You can't skip Easter morning. Hold on, let's continue. He was by far our worst and most incompetent president, a man who had absolutely no idea what he was doing. But to him and to the person that ran and manipulated the auto pen, perhaps our real president, and to all the people who cheated in the 2020 presidential election in order to get this highly destructive moron elected, I wish you, with great love, sincerity, and affection, a very happy Easter. Bro, this was some 50 Cent level petty. This was 50 Cent level petty, of which I do not condone. I appreciate Trump. I know that I think he's a good dude, man, but I don't condone this. That's just me. Let me know in the chat if you condone this. If you condone this, then we need to argue. We need to debate. Tell me why you condone this. Call Trump the jumper cable. Call Trump jumper cable. He will start sugar honey iced tea up. Yes, he will. He most certainly will. We lift up this prayer in the name of Jesus Christ, our risen Savior. Fill our hearts today and always with joy. Amen. Laughter is the key. Take the bill. I wish somebody who has Trump's ear had the same tenacity that you have. Like at some point we need to dial them back just a little bit. Easter morning, I don't think this was appropriate. Just letting y'all know. I know y'all do. I'm seeing all y'all condone it. I don't think it was appropriate though. Not on Easter morning. Nah. And MAGA, I'm with y'all. I'm with y'all for the most part. But Easter morning, nah. Keep your nice message. Enjoy your family, man. I do realize you have something nice to say. You have something cool to say. And I do also realize that a lot of y'all really enjoyed it. But I want to show y'all something. This is what people are saying. This is what people are saying about Trump because of his message. Hold on one second. Let me find this bad boy again. I have to show y'all this, man, because y'all gonna learn today. You're gonna learn. Hold on one second. TSR. All right, where is it? Here's this right here. Go back down here. I need to show y'all what these people are saying, bro. And it's important to see what people are saying sometimes, man. For real. Let me show y'all this. All right. All right, so listen. Here's what the people are saying. We miss you dearly, Barack. The White House has zero professionalism. It's literally the gutter. Is Trump okay, like mentally? From all the people in the place with style and grace, our president that still speaks for us is black. Obama is still my president. We thank the Obama family. Obama, the forever GOAT button. Obama represented what America wanted to be, but Trump represents what America truly is. Oh my God, the White House is so ghetto. Trump is everything white America expected Obama to be. You can't support Trump and God. Nothing holy about him or his supporters. And I think it's disrespectful for anybody to say anything about that. But this is what people are saying, bro. You can't support Trump and God. Nothing holy about him or his supporters. Joe Biden laid up in Delaware and in the president's mind rent-free. Damn, why he just couldn't say Happy Easter? We didn't ask for all that extra commentary. Thank you, Obama, and I'm not reading none of that nonsense that Trump said. So forth and so on. If I didn't show it to you guys, y'all wouldn't see it because ain't none of y'all following the Shade Room. None of y'all are following the Shade Room. Red Cup Talk with Mika. We don't care about what 92% of simps think. Hey, then don't care. I ain't telling, listen, I'm not telling y'all to care. This is something that I'm giving y'all a perspective that y'all will not see because this is not what you're tuned into. I got to. This is something that you don't see. I got to give you your blind spot. Don't think that you're out there believing that everything that's coming from our side is accepted or appreciated by everyone else because it's not. I want to make sure that y'all understand that. Okay. All right, let's go and get into it. All right, so P. Hegseth had a second signal chat where he shares details of Yemen strike. This actually happened, and it's unfortunate, but here we go. Let's go and talk about it. And don't forget, guys, hit that like button. We will not be with y'all too long today. I do know that I told y'all last week that we won't be long, and we ended up being in this bad boy for 3.5 hours. Y'all tricked me, okay? Breaking all coordinated assault on SE Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Hegseth said to have shared attack details in second signal chat. 2 hours later, Politico post, Pete Hegseth is unlikely to remain in his role, according to his former top spokesman. Interesting timing there, right? All right, so here's the news. Hegseth said to have shared attack details in second signal chat, and for the most part, this was happening. So the Atlantic released a signal chat among senior Trump administration national security officials, revealing that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth shared precise details of a U.S. military strike against Yemen's Houthi militants, including exact timing of warplane launches and bomb drops before the operation began on March 15th, 2025. Current and former U.S. officials stated that the detailed operational information shared by Hegseth was likely classified, as it included specifics about weapons, targets, and timing. However, Hegseth, the White House, and other Trump officials, including Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and CIA Director John Ratcliffe, denied that the information was classified, with Hegseth claiming he was not sharing war plans. The chat, named Houthi PC Small Group, mistakenly included the Atlantic's editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg. Now, and this was from a minute ago. We're very much aware of all of this right here. So Hegseth's message in the chat provided a detailed timeline of the strike, including specific times for F-18 launches, drone strikes, and Tomahawk missile deployments, as well as confirmation of favorable weather and coordination with CENTCOM. These details were shared hours before the attack, potentially compromising the mission if intercepted. The leak sparked criticism from Democrats, who called it national security scandal, and prompted Republican Senate Armed Services Committee Chairman Roger Wicker to plan an investigation. The Trump administration deflected criticism by attacking the Atlantic and Goldberg, while President Trump downplayed the incident as a witch hunt and suggested the Signal app be defective. All right. So the information that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth shared on the second Signal chat included the flight schedules for the F-A-18 Hornets targeting the Houthis in Yemen, according to some of the people familiar with the chat. And this came out on April 20th, 2025, 4:20 Easter. All right. So, yeah, they're putting this information out there. They're really, and y'all already know, man, when Trump's people are under a microscope, you already know that they can't wait for Trump and his administration to F up royally. Well, this right here just adds to it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Trump has become power drunk. He is no longer grounded. The president of the best country in the world is no longer grounded. Not good. Pete's got to go. Hey, y'all let me know what y'all think about this chat right here. Thank you so much, P-Tree, for giving me this side. You know, most people inside of this chat would not say what you're saying right now, and I'm certain that a lot of people in the chat will defend what will speak against that. I'm just saying. So he says Trump has become power drunk. Do y'all believe that? He is no longer grounded. He is no longer a grounded president of the best country in the world. He also believed that Pete Hegseth has to go, because the brother he's good at what he do, but he's just not locked into to how to secure sugar honey iced tea. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about that. Don't know what ground it is. Yeah. Hey man, thank you, bro. Yeah, it looked like you about to start something over here, bro. It looked like you are about to start something over here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. All right, so Vance, JD Vance meets with Pope Francis before he passed away. Not sure if y'all seen this at all, but here is the story. Vance meets with Pope Francis after Pontiff's criticism of Trump policies. Pope Francis met with Vice President Vance for a few minutes on Easter Sunday, the Vatican said. Why it matters. The previously unannounced meeting came one day after the Vatican said Vance had an exchange of opinions during a meeting with its top officials on matters including countries affected by war, political tensions, and difficult humanitarian situations, in particular, immigration and prisoners. The Pope, and here's some, here's a couple of pictures, little nice pictures of them shaking hands, sitting down, talking, and everything. And RIP to Pope Francis. The Pope has publicly criticized the Trump administration's aggressive immigration policies and appeared to take issue with Vance in February over his citing of Catholic doctrine in defending the action. The big picture. The brief meeting comes as the 88-year-old leader of the world's 1.4 billion Roman Catholics recovers from double pneumonia, which saw him hospitalized for over 5 weeks after being admitted with bronchitis symptoms. I know you have not been feeling great, but it's good to see you in better health, said Vance, who was baptized as a Catholic in 2019 per video of the meeting in Vatican City. The Pope thanked Vance for his visit, and Vance replied, "Of course, thank you for seeing me." Vance told Francis he prayed for him every day and wished him happy Easter before leaving. An aide to the pontiff gave Vance gifts that included chocolate Easter eggs for his 3 children, a Vatican tie, and rosaries. Wow, man, they really loved on each other, man. That's what's up. That's a meeting of the minds right there. And the fact that he caught him right before he passed away, that's great, man. That being said, if you guys are beefing with anybody in your family, if you haven't spoken to somebody that's near and dear to you, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your uncles, your aunts, your cousins, your friends, co-workers that you once were close with before you voted for Trump, and they just started getting all butthurt about that, I would say reach out to them, man. You never know when somebody's last day is going to be. You really don't. JD Vance didn't know that this would be the last time that anybody would be able to speak to Pope Francis at all. He didn't know that. But he already had it in his heart to go meet with them. And not only that, he did it during Easter, bro. I think this was absolutely dope that he decided to do this. And then shortly after this, Pope Francis passes away at the age of 88. Jesus. So RIP to Pope Francis, who passed away at 88 on Easter Monday. On Easter Monday. Well, no, that's Easter Sunday. And it's triggered mourning across Catholic world as tributes pour in from world leaders. I believe that President Trump says something about Pope Francis' death. Hold on 1 second. So Trump on Pope Francis passing. So Trump actually did put out a message for Pope Francis, and he said, let me see what he said. And I think he kept it short and sweet. I don't think he said anything about the Democrat lunatics in his message. But he said, rest in peace, Pope Francis. May God bless him and all who loved him. Short and sweet and respectful and respectable. This is what we need to see from our president, Donald J. Trump. In other news, let me see. JD Vance begins his 4-day India visit today. Don't know if you guys heard about that, but here are a few key takeaways. Let me go and share this with you guys so that you can see it. But JD Vance begins his 4-day India visit. Brother is on a world tour. He done met with Pope Francis. Now he's going all around the world to spread love, you know what I mean? And this is Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and will host a dinner for U.S. Vice President JD Vance on Monday as he begins his 4-day visit to India. And here are the key takeaways. So He landed in New Delhi to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi on today, April 21st, 2025. The key agenda includes discussions on a bilateral trade deal and tariff issues, with Modi hosting Vance and his family for dinner at his residence at 7. All right. So the visit occurs amid a 90-day pause on a sweeping tariff regime announced by President Donald Trump against multiple countries, including India. Vance is expected to push for early finalization of a proposed U.S. Let me put this back in the under a proposed U.S. Defense equipment, aligning with broader goals to strengthen defense partnerships. This follows India's agreement in February 2025 to reduce tariffs in over half of $23 billion in U.S. imports, aiming to double bilateral trade to $500 billion by 2030. Accompanied by his Indian origin wife, Usha Vance. Usha Vance, is it Usha or Usha? Is it Usha or Usha? And their 3 children, Ewan, Vivek, and Maribel. He got a kid named Vivek? Yeah. Come on, bro. Get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Vance's visits includes cultural stops. After Delhi, the family will visit Jaipur, staying at the Rambagh Palace, and touring sites like the Armor Fort and Agra to see the Taj Mahal and Shilpgram. The Indian delegation led by Modi is expected to include External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. Bro, I'm horrible with these names. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri, and Ambassador to the U.S. Vinay Mohan Kwatra. Bruh, who in the hell came up with these names? Vance is accompanied by at least 5 senior U.S. officials, including representatives from the Pentagon and State Department. All right. So as you can see, man, this brother is making his moves. He's doing his thing. And guess what? So far, I believe he's gone more places than Kamala Harris. And this was 3.5 years into her presidency when she said she hasn't even been to the damn border wall. Ooh, but I haven't been to Europe either. Come on, man. She wasn't doing a damn thing, but we was about to vote her for president. I got people in my family literally mad at me. Totally upset that I didn't vote for Kamala. Why would anybody? Why? How did she receive 70 million votes? That just shows how divided this country is, man. People saying, look, I can vote for a real president, or I can vote for the black lady. I'm gonna vote for the black lady. Power to the people. Nah, bro. And I ain't even gonna get into the conversation of, well, is she really black? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Shout out to JD Vance for doing this thing, man. He's going around the world trying to make the country great again. Do your thing, big dog. And much love to them. All right. So we got a new story that just now came out about WEF founder and chairman Klaus Schwab resigns with immediate effect. All right. Here we go right here. Let me share this story with y'all. A lot of y'all are probably already familiar because that's just how y'all get down. This was actually shared by Thomas Sowell quotes. Yeah. So shout out to Thomas Sowell, one of the guys that I did not learn about in school at all, but then got to the internet doing reactions. And next thing you know, I'm finding out about this cool conservative guy with a little mini afro who's very smart, extremely intelligent. So shout out to him. All right, so basically, Klaus Schwab, the founder and chairman of the World Economic Forum, WEF, for 55 years, announced his immediate resignation as chairman of the board of trustees, marking the end of his leadership of the organization that hosts the annual Davos summit. Peter Brabeck Letmath, the former CEO and chairman of Nestle and a current WEF vice chairman, has been appointed as interim chairman to lead the organization during the transition period following Schwab's departure. The WEF has launched a search for a new chairman, establishing a committee to select a permanent successor. The process is expected to be completed by January 2027, as indicated in earlier reports. Schwab's resignation aligns with the WEF's ongoing transformation from a founder managed organization to one led by president and managing board, with Borge Brindy, a former Norwegian foreign minister and WEF president since 2017, taking on executive responsibilities. Schwab's exit follows a period of upheaval, including an investigation into the WEF's workplace culture prompted by allegations of harassment and discrimination, as well as challenges related to global economic and political shifts, though no specific reason for his immediate resignation was provided. Chat, I just want to know this. Do y'all find this to be a little weird, weirdly timed? Do you think it's a good thing that he stepped down? Or do you think that he should hang around long enough for these investigations to go forward? And I see that some of you are saying that Nestle, the interim chairman of WEF until they find someone else, is an evil gentleman. He's an evil guy. That's what some of y'all are saying. But yeah, here we go right here. He's leaving. He's up out of here. And let me see. Let's see what they're saying down here. How I thought evil looks. Whoa. People actually, you see this right here? Y'all see this? How I thought evil looks, how it actually looks. So people are thinking that this brother is not a good guy. They're thinking that he's not a good guy. Let me see. He will not be missed. Either he is ill or very scared. Not sure what's going on with this whole thing, but sheesh. It sounds like you guys are happy about it. That he stepped down. Trump better fire Waltz. And that other guy. I can't remember the name. All right, let me see. International prison. Schwab, bro. This is your enemy. I don't know. I'm just now learning about all this stuff. I'm being honest with y'all. I've been seeing a lot of times where people were saying that Trump was ridiculous for stepping away from WEF, wanting us to get out of dealing with WEF. The WEF pretty much runs everything. I don't know, bro. I'm just now learning all this. It all comes off as conspiratorial to me until I find more information. But I'm seeing in the chat where a lot of y'all are really not rocking with dude at all. Y'all like, nah, this dude is not cool. He's not cool people at all. I'm paying attention. I usually don't read the chats, but this morning I'm reading the chats this morning. That guy in little coat. That guy in little coat. We don't need to be in WEF. George Soros actually, in an interview some years ago, said he was God when he turned over Jewish people when he was a child in World War II. All right. Just trying to see how this goes with the WEF. A fat guy in little coat. A fat guy in little coat. She's Queen Bee. You done messed up my whole daggone morning with that damn song. I swear. Queen Bee. If y'all hear me singing that song, you blame Queen Bee. What's her name is Queen Bee's Art Hive. That's who you blame. You don't blame me. And thank you so much for pulling up, guys. Y'all are so dope. Y'all are so dope. Y'all really are. All right. Now we're about to get to the main attraction, which is this brother, the New Mexico judge steps down after gang arrest. After gang arrest at his home. This is absolutely nuts, man. This is absolutely nuts. Yeah. Yeah, this is nuts. I don't know why, but this is a weird story to me. It really is. All right, so let me go pull this up real quick so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. How was y'all weekend? How was your Easter? Let me know in the chats. How was your Easter? Also, let me know in the chats, where are you watching me from this morning? Are you watching me from your job, from your home? You listening to me in the car? You know what I mean? Listening to my smooth voice, my smooth, sultry voice. You know what I mean? All right, so check this out. The Democratic Party is openly planning to use this international terror group for a massive armed uprising. New Mexico judge quits after Tren de Agua member was found living in his backyard. So this dude is housing actual gang members, the worst of the worst gang members, in his home. New Mexico judge Joel Cano just resigned after ICE found a suspected Venezuelan gang member living behind his house. Shout out to ICE. Shout out to ICE. The reason why I say shout out to ICE is because I'm certain that this judge did not believe that ICE will check his property. I'm certain that he did not believe that ICE would check his property. So he's hiding people at his crib. The guy, 23-year-old Christian Ortega, let me read, Christian Ortega Lopez. That's how you're supposed to say it. I watch boxing, and the people that be announcing these boxers, this is how they do it. All right. So the guy who is a 23-year-old named Christian Ortega Lopez was tied to Tren de Agua. He had weapons, gang tattoos, and even used the judge's address on immigration documents. This dude used the judge's address on immigration documents, bro. Feds found videos of Ortega Lopez firing rifles, including one with a suppressor, in some very NSFW cartel content. Kano's out. No word if he or his wife will be charged. Here he is right here. This is the judge. Here comes 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 his crew. This dude is in his backyard throwing barbecues with the whole crew. He not chilling with just one. He got the whole crew. He posted up like they done jumped him in. Like they done made him a gang member. Like they said, look, bro, my friend, we're going to jump you in. You're now a part of us. You're Tren de Agua. Check the judge for tattoos. That's what I say. Check the judge for tattoos. Ain't nowhere in the world, man. Ain't nowhere in the world, bro. So this is the guy right here. Christian Lopez. And here's the judge who is having a ball with his new friends who are using his address in order to get citizenship. So he's sneaking people in, hiding people out, letting them use his address. So they're lying because he don't live. He's allowing people to lie on official documents, and he's signing off on it. He's like, yeah, he stayed with me. I adopted them. I can adopt them. He's a young guy, 23 years old. I adopted him, brought him into my house. I'm letting him stay here. What's the crime in that? What's the crime in that? This brother is probably receiving payouts from cartels to do just that. They said they only had found one inside of his backyard. This don't look like just one. I'm just saying. And my follow-up question is, how many of these cats got their papers? Do he have his papers? Do he have his papers? Do he have his papers? What about this brother right here? Do he have his papers? At this point, I'm questioning if the judge got his damn papers. That's what I'm questioning. But that's just me. Fat guy in little coat. Fat guy in little coat. I think I'm gonna do a remix on Fat Guy in Little Coat. I think he and it looked like, if you look at the judge's face, it looked like he celebrated 420. If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, if you know I'm talking about. If you know I'm talking about. Yeah. So this right here says guns and ammo at Judge Kano's house and his daughter's house, who lived next door. What? Why would he have all this stuff at his home? Plus 180,000 rounds were transported by 2 Mexicans. What shooting did they have planned? They found this stuff at the judge's home. Now, here's the thing. Wait a minute. This can't be true, bro. This can't. Let me open up this daggone link. This is nuts. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Excuse me one second. I'm reading this because so on this X post says guns and ammo at Judge Kano's house and his daughter's house, who lived next door. Right? That's what this says. Plus 180,000 rounds were transported by 2 Mexicans. When I open up this story, though, this is what happens. So this is what that story says, because you know how sometimes people would throw in a little bit of information that has absolutely nothing to do with the, with the other information that you just don't pull it up. So let's see what this is about, gang. All right, so this says Fremont County, Colorado. The U.S. Attorney's office said 2 Mexican nationals were charged on Wednesday after around 180,000 rounds of ammunition were found in their vehicle on March 26th. Fremont County deputies conducted a traffic stop of a vehicle in Cannon City, according to officials. Officials said deputies searched the vehicle, finding around 150 boxes of ammunition and about 30 boxes of more ammunition. And they said each box was labeled as containing 1,000 rounds. 41-year-old Cesar Ramon Martinez Solis and 24-year-old blah, 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 charged with unlawful. So they said this case was, all right, so that's not tied to. See, that's not tied to that. This information is wrong. That they didn't find no damn drugs and guns and a van full of guns at the judge's home. So that's not right. That's not right at all. So I had to confirm that for myself, because if I didn't, then I would have been reporting something that was absolutely wrong, and I don't want to do that. Even if it means big numbers, I can care less about that. All right, so yeah. Yeah, they said it was in Colorado. So the only reason why I checked it out is because look at this post right here. And it says guns and ammo at Judge Kano's house and his daughter's house, who live next door. This is misleading. This is wrong. This is not this story is debunked. I just debunked it. Thank you so much, Rhonda. I appreciate it. See this right here. These are people who've been with me for a minute, man. Metro Detroit, Michigan here. Shout out to Metro Detroit, Michigan. Rhonda, she said, I've been following you since you reacted to my boy Elvis Presley. Shout out to Elvis, man. You have You have grown so much in wisdom. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm so impressed, loving your spirit. I appreciate that. Means a lot. Mean a lot. So this judge, bro, you might be looking at some jail time, brother. New Mexico judge, Joel Cano, you might be looking at a little bit of jail time. Don't know. I'm not sure. Do we have any people here who are lawyers or may know a little bit about this? Because I don't know. This looks a little shady, but I'm not in a position to say that he is facing jail time or not, because I don't know a whole lot about, what he's violating, what laws he's violating or any of that. Yo, Van, where's your link so I can send you my fat guy in a little coat remix? Queen B, you see what you started? You see what you started? Huh? My email and everything is below, man. It's inside the descriptions, right below the video. You know what I mean? This is right below the video. God damn, I done hit myself in the mouth with this microphone. Jesus. I'm a clumsy son B. I swear to goodness, man. All right. So, but thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. All my links, all my important links are inside the descriptions, guys. All of my important links are inside the descriptions. Also, SCOTUS halts Venezuelan deportations under Alien Enemies Act. So they put it to a screeching halt, guys. I don't know if you've seen BBC. BBC. Oh, I'm so immature, bro. Who in the hell has a magazine called BBC, bro? I swear to goodness. I am so immature, I swear. Oh my gosh. So the U.S. Supreme Court has ordered the Trump administration to pause the deportation of a group of alleged Venezuelan gang members. A civil liberties group had sued to stop the removal of the men currently in detention in Texas, saying they had not been able to contest their cases in court. Donald Trump has sent accused Venezuelan gang members to a notorious prison in El Salvador, invoking the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, which gives the president power to detain and deport natives or citizens of enemy nations without usual processes. The act was previously used only 3 times, all during war. The White House called challenges to using the law for mass deportations meritless litigation. We are confident in the lawfulness of the administration's actions and in ultimately prevailing against an onslaught of meritless litigation brought by radical activists who care more about the rights of terrorist aliens than those of the American people. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt wrote in a post on X. The Alien Enemies Act was last invoked in World War II, when people of Japanese descent were imprisoned without trial and thousands sent to internment camps. Since taking office in January, Trump's hardline immigration policies have encountered a number of legal hurdles. Trump had accused Venezuelan gang Tren de Agua of perpetrating, attempting, and threatening an invasion or predatory incursion on U.S. territory, which we just now saw that an actual judge was holding. I saw 3 people inside the pictures, but they said that officially he was holding one of them inside of his home and allowing him to use his address as proof that he was an American citizen or that he had a place of residence, which is absolutely nuts, man. All right, so let me pull this up right here. I believe this ties to the story. All right, what are we looking at here? Justice Alito's dissent is wild. Essentially, Alito calls out the other justices for political weaponization, procedural misconduct, and abusing their positions to obstruct the Trump administration. We have a rogue judiciary obstructing the will of the people. All right. So although the court provided class-wide relief, the district court never certified a class, and this court has never held that class relief may be sought in a, what is habeas proceeding? I don't know what that means. In some, literally in the middle of the night, the court issued unprecedented and legally questionable relief without giving the lower courts a chance to rule, without hearing from the opposing party within 8 hours of receiving the application, with dubious factual support for its order, and without providing any explanation for its order. I refused to join the court's order because we had no good reason to think that under the circumstances, issuing an order at midnight was necessary or appropriate. Both the executive and the judiciary have an obligation to follow the law. The executive must proceed under the terms of our order in Trump versus JGG 604 US. All right, so there you have it, folks. So people are trying to stop Trump from doing his job, obviously. Why would they want him to do his job? Habeas. Thank you so much, Nick M. I appreciate that. Habeas. Okay, so that's habeas. All right, learn something new every day. I should probably already know that, but I didn't. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Is what it is. Yeah. So, God damn, I really bust my daggone. I went to go move a little too fast and smack myself in the face with the damn microphone, man. Just ridiculous. Man. At any rate, so I do have one video I want to show to you guys. Y'all know that now they're trying to charge Hunter Metcalf with Austin Metcalf, the youngin that was murdered at a track meet by Karmelo Anthony. He was stabbed in the heart with a knife because they're saying that Karmelo Anthony was under another team's tent, and Austin and his brother Hunter went over there and said, yo, we're going to need you to move. And then it turned into something. They, standing in each other's faces, barking and acting like something's about to go down. Then Karmelo Anthony said, if you touch me, it's about to go down. All I'm going to say is, if you put your hands on me, you're going to regret it. So I think Austin put his hands on Karmelo. Karmelo pulled out his knife and stabbed him in the heart. Hunter Metcalf, his twin brother, was holding him while he was dying, holding his brother. Karmelo then leaves. I want y'all to check out what Charleston White says about this right here. I thought this, usually, sometimes I hear Charleston White say some things and I'm like, bro, this dude he's just idiotic. And I really don't understand why so many people love him so much. I really don't get it. But then when I listen behind the curse words and the way his delivery, he makes a whole poop ton of sense a lot of times. And he says things that most people are afraid to say. And he attacks certain topics that most people are afraid to attack. But I will say, though, as a Christian man, it's very difficult for me to listen to anybody that, if your message is amazing, it shouldn't be filled with a whole bunch of trash commentary, because that sullies the message and it makes you look at the messenger and completely dismiss the message. You miss the message because now you're looking at the messenger like, yo, did you have to say it that way? Did you have to deliver it that way? It sounds foolish. But I want y'all to hear what he has to say with this this Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony case. I thought this was absolutely brilliant. And I've been saying the same thing when I was talking to King Mike, who came and he hit the link and he pulled up on Friday. And we was talking for like 40 minutes. I believe King Mike says, well, he shouldn't have put his hands on him. He didn't deserve to die, but I understand why he shouldn't have put his hands on him. They shouldn't have been trying to run up on him like that. Pretty much what he was saying. He condones the stabbing because of that. So hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. All right, here we go. That was Wifey called me. All right, Charleston White, let's go.
You cannot bring a weapon to school.
Yeah.
So you can't say I was
What if he says, but what if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense, because if you are afraid the day before, well, you have to take a weapon to school, why not notify your parents? Parents, you notify the school teacher. School teacher that's bringing these kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution. We was taught in homes that has morals and values, you tell the teacher. Somebody fucking with you, you tell the teacher. Let the teachers know, so when y'all have an altercation, you're cleared and you're covered. Documentation beats conversation. So words of documentation to say this is self-defense. It's a premeditated crime because you took a weapon in fear, anticipating to use it.
That was premeditated, though.
And instead of track meet, you getting ready to run track with other kids and you got a knife on you. No, man, you got to go to jail. You got to go. You cannot bring a weapon to school.
That's what I was trying to tell King Mike. That's what I was telling King Mike. Like, everybody that supports Karmelo and they want him to be freed from this, they keep on bringing up Rittenhouse. What about Kyle Rittenhouse? Kyle Rittenhouse brought a weapon from across, state lines, and then he killed like 3 people, shot somebody in the face, and he shot this person, not realizing that this dude was shooting while being beat. He got hit in the head with a goddamn skateboard, and then another guy had a gun that was standing over top of him while he was on his back. Listen, when I started looking into that, gave me a much better understanding of the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing. But let's go back to this Carmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf thing, because this whole thing is unfortunate. And guys, put your pitchforks away. This is not a white versus black issue. Let's not ever make it that. But they made it that. Everybody that supports Carmelo Anthony, they made it a race issue. And now over the weekend, a couple of white people tried to make it a race issue too. They made a flyer that says white lives matter and all that other stuff. We'll get to that in a moment. But let's talk about this, what Charleston White said. Charleston White said, if you were afraid the night before, then you should have told your parents. Your parents would have told the people at the school. They would have contacted the school and let them know what's going on. Our son is concerned. He had a run-in with 2 kids that are going to be there, and he's a little concerned for his safety. Will security be there? Will who's going to be there to make sure that my son is okay? Because we can't come. I got to go to work. My husband, he has to go to work. We might come a little later to support him, but we want to make sure that y'all are aware of everything that's going on. None of that happened. All the youngin' did was, okay, I'm going to pack me a knife and I'm going to take this to school with me. And if anything happens, they going to get that work. And y'all will say, well, he's just 17 years old. He don't think like that. He's thinking like a kid. He's blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. I was 17 years old before. And just because you're 17 don't mean that you're naive and you're stupid and you're wet behind the ears and you can't think for yourself. They said that this young man was a straight A student. They said that this young man was an all-out athlete, very disciplined, very well-mannered. They're saying all of these positive things about him. So you mean to tell me that he couldn't communicate this? This brother, this young man, went to school wanting to stab somebody. he was wanting to stab somebody off of the self-defense thing. Somebody told him that if as long as you don't hit him first, then you will get off scot-free. You ain't do nothing. Those two big boys coming up at you, you don't know what to do. Hurry up, go in your bag. Nah, the night before, Charleston White said the night before, the day before, the day of, the morning, that morning, you go to the school and you see them guys there and you like, yo, I ain't trying to be no snitch or nothing, but I don't want to get in trouble myself. I know what I'm liable to do if these guys come at me the wrong way. So I'm just going to, if y'all can make sure that, you know, they cool, I'm cool, we Gucci. Everything will went off the right way. We would have had our race. I would have smoked them out there on the field. I would have won that way. And then we will both have our lives at the end of the day. But that's not what happened. Van, the student, said he stay fighting. It's on video. Let me tell you something. I've heard some things coming from different people, and I try not to go off of too many of the rumors, but like you said, it's on video. So if it's on video, really can't say too much about it. Really can't say too much about it. But it is what it is. Let me see. Uh-oh, King Mike's in the building. What's up, King Mike? He said Charleston White gave his friend a weapon to end a man's life. Why didn't he go to jail? That is a good question. Why didn't he go to jail? Charleston White. Why didn't Charleston White go to jail? Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I will say this. One doesn't have to do with the other. Charleston White gave his friend a weapon. I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all knew a lot about me coming up, y'all would wonder why I'm not in jail or why I'm not dead. If you knew a lot about me, van.hall, coming up, going to friendship in junior high school, in middle school, I should have been arrested. In high school, I should have been arrested. We're not talking about Charleston White's arrest. Charleston White is talking about the information that he has in front of him. And the information that he has in front of him is a kid who brought a knife to school because he claimed that he feared for his life, but he didn't tell his parents. His parents didn't tell no staff. They didn't call nobody. They didn't get in front of it. They didn't file anything. They didn't send any emails, no nothing. There's no paper trail. He didn't care to. He came there for the smoke. You know what's sad though, King Mike? Here's the thing that's sad, bro. Here's the thing that's sad, man. Even after all of the evidence, even after hearing reasonable breakdowns from just from adult conversation, you are still caping for Karmelo Anthony. You're still cool with it. What that tells me is that all of the circles you're in are cool with it. And that is the detriment of our culture right there, that we are cool with it. We feel like if we have a reason for it, then it's go. Well, so many people who are filling up these prison systems believe the same way you believe. They believe the same thing that you believe. So many people who are dead and buried in cemeteries believe the same exact thing that you believe. That is, if you touch me, then it's up. If you step in my space, then it's up. You did something to me first, then I should be able to do something to you. It's up. Those people are filling up the prisons right now, and they're all buried inside of the cemeteries right now because of this same exact ridiculous as point of view. And at some point, we need to grow the hell up, man. At some point, we need to grow up. For real. I don't think you fully understood what Charleston was saying. Most people, here's the thing that he said Charleston gave his friend a weapon that ended somebody else's life. Charleston should be in jail. Let me tell you something. This is something I learned about pastors. I know a lot of pastors. I know a lot of ministers, pastors, and whatnot. Something that I learned about them is that most of them had rough lives when they was coming up. They didn't come up under this pristine household with a father pastor and a mom that stayed in church and they did everything the right way. Most of them had their own past. Most of them did their own things. I know pastors who led churches that they were pimps before, they were gangsters before, they did many years in jail and they came out, turned their lives around. At some point, the adults have to lead these youngins. And if you and I are standing in front of some youngins who are thinking this way, we need to lead them in a direction that will tell them to put the guns down, to put the knives down. We're not supposed to encourage this mess at all. Not one bit. And for anybody who's grown up in a bad neighborhood, you know you cannot get around all danger. I don't care how much snitching you do. As a matter of fact, you might even be beat up or unalived for snitching. And that's unfortunate. That's sad. That's why we pray, man. That's why we want people to get away from those type of environments. Like sometimes coming home, I had to strategize. I couldn't go straight home. I couldn't go straight. Like certain people be right there that I'm not cool with. And I just don't feel like it today. But then there was times where I was with my girl and we walking home and we're like, I'm just like, yo, whatever happens, happens. Cause I ain't running nowhere. If it pop off, it pop off. I got to protect her and I got to protect me. It is what it is. But when you're in a position where you're trying to do better, which Karmelo Anthony was, he was doing well as an athlete and as a scholar from what I hear. He made a dumb decision. And people are still trying to put it on the Metcalf. So here's the thing that I want to tell y'all. His brother now, people are looking at charging his brother. They want to charge his brother for the death of his brother. They're saying that the person who started the fight, the people who started the fight, should be held responsible for the outcome. And these are people who are on the Karmelo Anthony side, who are believing that Hunter Metcalf and Austin Metcalf started it, so that they should be held responsible and liable for the death of Austin. They dumb as hell, man. These are just people, adults, mind you. Adults, actual adults, who just don't understand reasoning. And it makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me, man.
Yeah.
So
it makes no sense to me whatsoever. None. And no, I'm not saying that what Charleston, I don't stand on what Charleston White stands for. I really don't. He's a different person. And as I said before I even checked out this video, a lot of what Charleston White has said on the internet, I don't agree with his delivery. Sometimes I don't agree with the message. And a lot of times it's because of his character as a whole. It just is what it is. So you even have, like, it's ridiculous, man. You got people all over the internet talking about how did he premeditate that these white boys were going to attack him. Dumbass. He said that he was, they said that he was afraid. He said that he was afraid. He said that he had a run-in with the boys. He said that he took the knife to school just in case something happens. He said that. How did he premeditate that the white boys was going to attack him? That's the reason why he took the knife. Because he wanted them to attack him. No punches was thrown. Y'all do know that, right? Not a punch was thrown. Not a punch was thrown. This was all premeditated. All premeditated. And it could have been, you could have gotten in front of it. Like, all these kids could be living a life And it's not about charging Karmelo. This is about walking it back and considering the things that they should have thought of before even moving forward. For real. I don't know why people think that, oh man, he was getting attacked. That's the only thing he had. That's the only reason why he did it is because he was so afraid. And I want to show y'all this too. This is ridiculous. So here's some of the things. So after Charleston White said that, and King Mike is not by himself. I just want y'all to know that he's not by himself. Look at these. Look at this right here. This comment says, that's like saying me having a licensed gun is premeditated. Some people on the internet are just stupid. And this gentleman right here is one of them. From Detroit, Michigan. He's the co-owner of The Den and is a cable networking company and security camera and install fiber internet. This guy is stupid. Okay. This is an adult that heard what Charleston White just now said, and he said that's like saying me having a licensed gun is premeditated. Bro, you bringing a licensed gun to a track meet is premeditated, dildo, dumbass. And then this guy Dom, he says, and this guy got 36,000 followers, so he's cooking. He says, so when Kyle Rittenhouse traveled with his loaded gun to a place he wasn't wanted and they wanted him gone and he killed 2 people, he should be locked up too, I guess. I told you, man, this Kyle Rittenhouse joint comes up all the time when it comes to this Austin Metcalf and Karmelo Anthony joint. They bring this up a lot. A lot. Like this right here is the biggest, it's like the biggest cross reference. Same reason Charleston White takes pepper spray and a knife everywhere a day before he leaving the house is deeper than bullies. You never know what might happen. Anthony stayed ready so he didn't have to get ready. People are dumb AF, bro. He stayed ready so he didn't have to get ready. Now how is he going to get ready for jail? How's he going to get ready for prison now? Talking about staying ready so you ain't got to get ready. Staying ready so you ain't got to get ready is staying sharp. Staying sharp. Working out at home. Not being afraid to go fisticuffs with people. Oh, I'm about to get jumped. Oh, then I'm going to get jumped. Where's the rest of your team? Somebody's going to run over here while I'm in the middle of my scuffle. Somebody's going to help me out. But if they don't, hey, it is what it is. I'm about to catch me an L. I'm going to catch me an L. It is what it is. But guess what? I walk away with my life. I'm going to walk away with my life. They're going to walk away with their life. Nobody's going to jail. If I really feel like you coming at me like that, I do know this, and this is for anybody. Please teach your sons this and teach your nephews this. I've always taught my kids this. I don't care how big somebody is, how much they work out. Nobody want to be punched in the mouth. None of those exercises put muscles on their nose. None of those exercises put muscles on their lips. None of those exercises put muscles on their eyes. I'm going to catch you. You may whip my ass, but you're going to feel like you was in the fight. Facts. Everything ain't no life or death situation. This dude did not go to a track meet in Compton. He did not go to a track meet in the worst part of DC. He did not. He was in a track meet in one of the most wealthiest parts of the country. Do you understand me? He was at a track meet in one of the most wealthiest parts of the country, but he was fearing his life. He was in fear of losing his life at a track meet. Are you kidding me? That's why any grown-up that says that or even agrees with that just sounds so weak to me. You sound so weak to me, bro. He said that one-on-one crap happens in movies, man. You must not have checked the internet lately. It's one-on-ones happening everywhere. Everybody's going toe-to-toe, big dog. Everybody's going toe-to-toe. Yeah. I want you to look up one-on-ones. I want you to look up scrap. I want you to look up fair ones. I want you to look that up. Like, ain't nobody thinking about getting jumped like at no track meet, bro. Ain't nobody thinking about getting jumped no track meet. That's why when you look at basketball games, football games, or any organized sport, what do you see a whole lot of? What do you see a whole lot of? Get him off me. Get him off me. Get him off me. A whole lot of pushing and grabbing and pushing and grabbing and pushing and grabbing because nobody wants to be kicked off the team. Nobody want to be expelled from school. Nobody want to be arrested. Nobody really want to fight. When you're in a team sport, when you're in a team environment, when you're at a school environment like this, nobody want to really get into no trouble. They're there to do what they came to do, what they've been practicing to do. So anybody who keep on saying that he was in fear of his life at this track meet are full of sugar honey iced tea. Like they are completely out of reality. Then it's idiotic. Like you shouldn't even give them a time of your day to just listen to them because it's not the same. This is not me walking down the street in a random neighborhood where I think I'm gonna be picked on or jumped or shot or robbed or something. No, this dude is at a track meet at one of the most wealthiest counties in the world. And he thinking that, man, I hope I ain't got killed nobody at this joint. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Get over it, bro. And it's unfortunate too that you can't even get across to adults that have already made up their mind that nope, you're wrong. My echo chamber that I'm in, we all believe this, and this is how I'm rocking. It's unfortunate, bro. These young kids' lives are messed up, man. Also, guys, I want y'all to do this. Instead of like playing the blame game or getting into the black and white thing, just consider this. These two young guys, man, they could have potentially gone as far as being presidents of the country, governors, mayors, senators, congressmen. They could have been businessmen, business moguls, like with huge firms hiring thousands of people, all because of fear and racial divide. These guys are out of the picture now. Move on to some new kids because this is sad. This is sad, bro. Rittenhouse father lived in a town. That happened. You said Rittenhouse father lived in the town where he was where he did the shooting and whatnot. Thank you, Mama. Awesome show as always. You're an inspiration, truly you are. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. And let me see. Somebody been watching Friday. Somebody been watching Friday. I see you, Mika, been watching Friday. But you live to fight another day, son. You got to use these. Use your hands. Put the gun away, son. Put the gun down, son. Put the gun down, son. Put your gun away, son. Put your gun down. See, that's the problem. They didn't have anybody in there. They didn't have anybody in their circle that could really just talk to them, man. For real. Hey, somebody send this to King Mike, man, because this brother he believe in kids doing. Yeah, I heard that, right? So quick to pick up a gun. Scared of taking an ass whooping. These kids nowadays are punks. Sissified. R.I.P. to John Witherspoon, man. You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day. They're afraid to get their face tatted. You think you're going to get embarrassed on the internet? No. If anybody going to get embarrassed, it's going to be you because I'm stabbing you. You touch me. You even breathe on me. Don't even whistle this way because I catch wind. If your whistle wind hit my cheek, it's over, man. And pray for that young brother. Pray for his soul. Pray for his spirit. King Mike, you know I'm messing with you, big dog. These echo chambers that support violence just because somebody stepped into our space. Let me tell you something about your space. Your space is not, I don't know. It's not that special. Don't touch me. I'm touching you. Your body is not that special. I touch you and I should be stabbed. I push you and I should be stabbed. You can't tell anybody how to respond. And I believe that too. If I'm walking with a plate of food in a restaurant, I get my food and you smack my plate out my hand and you smack my food on the ground, how I respond is up to me. Like I'm liable to smack you. You smack my plate, I'm gonna smack you. But you're telling somebody, don't touch me. Because if you touch me, something gonna happen to you. I already know what that something is. I'm prepared to do it. I've been at home practicing it. I got it right here in my bag. I'm about to reach in my bag as soon as you touch me. I can't wait for you to touch me. Go and touch me. Go and touch me. Ooh, touch me. Yeah, touch me. Touch me. Oh, I can't wait to go and touch me. They some suckers, bro. They some suckers. Somebody please send this to Big Mike, to King Mike. Somebody send this to King Mike. Where you go? Where King Mike go? I don't see him inside the chat no more. He must have. He here. He just tired of y'all. He just tired of y'all. He like, man, no, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, bro. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about, man. Hold your own, bro. Y'all ain't got to fight to kill people, bro. Just like whatever happened to the good old days where you fight and you get tatted up and you get a couple of bruises and bumps and then you move on with your life. Whatever happened to those times, man? I see them all over the internet. Don't try to say times have changed either. There's fights that's all over the internet right now. All over. Square ones. They calling for them. People are going from hood to hood, fighting hand to hand now. Like, where they at? Let's go. Let's get it. Fighting, fist fighting is back. It's back. So if you know anybody that say, man, ain't nobody fist fighting. You don't know what you talking about in the fist fight. What fist fight you talking about? They bull. It's BS. It's BS. Now the YNs, not only YNs, all the young ignorant people want to unalive people because they ain't got no hands. The only people that want to stab somebody or shoot somebody is the people that ain't got no hands. But most people, they're not afraid to go toe to toe with you. And if you hear somebody saying that, they some suckers. Ain't nobody trying to fight. They just shooting now. So I'm prepared. I'm gonna take me a knife. Nigga, please. What about Kyle Rittenhouse? Yeah, that happened at a track meet. What about George Zimmerman? Yeah, that happened at a track meet. What about Daniel Penny? Yeah, that happened at a track meet. None of this stuff happened at a school. None of this stuff happened around security. None of this stuff happened around other coaches and teachers. None of this stuff happened in rich freaking counties or communities with a whole bunch of rich kids that we just want to see some excitement. Anything. Yeah. Let the youngest play gangster. Y'all are something else, man. Y'all are something else. Something. Thank you, Van. Amaze balls. Amaze balls. That guy. Don't be trying to make up with me now. We beefing. We are beefing Queen Bee's Art Hive. We are beefing. She had me in here singing Fat Guy in a Little Coat. Much love and many prayers for you and your family. I love our chat. Mika, you are an awesome addition to. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Don't make no daggone sense, bro. I swear to goodness, you can't even give me a compliment without putting Mika in it. Like, don't she gets all of the compliments already. Like, let her get her own compliments. Like, this is my time. I'm the one on the screen. I should get all the compliments. Show me love. Show Mika no love. I swear, man. They always showing Mika love. Huh? Everything about Mika. She's so Mika. Thank you, Queen B. I appreciate you. Much love to you. She's so dope. Children are not safe to play sports anymore. You think so? I think so, man. I don't let them. Children are safe to play sports. They're fine. Just children need to just understand that there's going to be some assholes everywhere. And this is their training. And they cannot break nor bend. They got to deal with the buttholes just like we do. We dealt with the jerks when we were in school. They got to deal with them. It's their turn. It's their turn to make you understand. Seriously, bro? Bro, really? I swear to goodness, I swear I cannot go one day I can't go one day. One day! One day. Without being disrespected. Make no daggone sense. Y'all are something. All right. So we do have the group call today at 11:30. We have the group call today at 11:30, guys. I'll see you there. This is for all the people who are in our private group. Shout out to you all. For everybody else that's considering doing content creation, make sure you reach out to me or sign up on the YouTube course. I've been trying to change the price all weekend unsuccessfully, so y'all still have more time. The reason why I've been trying to change the price, because I said when we get 100 people enroll, then I will be changing the price. All right. I will be changing the price. We have 127 people who are enrolled now. We got I think we got 97 people inside of the private Facebook group, because not everybody who enrolls join the private group. The private group is where you get all. I'm trying to tell you, if y'all have not been in our private group calls, you don't know what you're missing. And they about to be televised. We about to start recording these joints. I'm just saying. So the very first link inside the descriptions, get the course. Reach out to me if you want any information on, the fancy way of doing content creation. You want to do it hands-off approach. You want to be treated like a king or queen. Hit me up with the word VIP. Well, with term VIP. All right. Because VIP is not a word. And we can go from there. 11:30. I will see all of you guys inside the coaching group. Love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Everybody in the chat, y'all are absolutely dope. All of my blues, thank you so much. Y'all are dope. B, I think we kept it light today, so we ain't gotta fuss today. But shout out to all my blues. Y'all are always helpful. And shout out to everybody who submitted a super chat as well. Y'all are dope as well. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you, King Mike. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. I know what the barbershops are saying, and I know what the people are saying, but I believe you're the wrong one in this one right here. I honestly believe. Chat, please let me know right now which one of us are correct in the Karmelo Anthony, Austin Metcalf argument. King Mike says, if you touch somebody and they tell you not to and they stab you, you got what you deserve, even if it means a track beat. Me, I said that there was other ways to deal with it. He could have fought them with his hands, or he could have just went and told an authority, got up, and handled it the right way. That's just the way that I will raise my sons to do it, or I would teach other youth to do it. But he would teach other youth. King Mike would teach other youth. Do what you gotta do, man. You know what to do. Handle your business, man. That's what King Mike does. King Mike will tell people, handle your business. Me, I ain't telling nobody handle their business. Life is way too short, man. You live to fight another day. Get to that 21, then get to that 25, then get to that 30, and that 35, and that 40. And it becomes beautiful, man. Live your life, raise your family, put God and family before anything, and be productive citizens of this country, man. That's how I say. But I do appreciate you, big dog, and thank you so much for the super chat. I'll see you guys later. Y'all are absolutely amazing. Peace. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.